Welcome to Cutting Edge. Today we will travel with you all the way to Peru and its extraordinary cuisine.
We will make the most famous of all chifa recipes, Lomo Saltado.
A dish that has unique hints of Incan, European and Asian gastronomy. Enjoy!
We will. Traditionally, since lomo means loin, you would use a tenderloin or a sirloin to make Lomo Saltado. But today we're going to use something else because we had some trimmings from a chogai roll, which is a more, let's say, tough cut of meat. But if we cut it against the grain, let me show you, and make it into strips, I will show you how you can use this cut of beef to make an excellent Lomo Saltado. As you see here, the grains are running this way. So if we slice it in thin strips against the grain, we are going to get some really, really tender beef out of this. Once we have the meat cut into strips like this, we are going to do a simple seasoning with salt and black pepper. We are using some good fleur de sel, sea salt here. Give it a good mix of this. This is the only salt we're going to add actually to the dish while cooking. We give it a freshly ground black pepper. Like that. And we give it a mix around here with our hand. Like this. And then we're going to leave this for half an hour before we start cooking. First, we have to season our wok. We are using a thin-walled steel wok, round bottom. And then we have here our gas burner. If you don't have a high-powered gas burner like this, then you can obviously do this in a pan, but then you have to do the meat in smaller batches. But first, we season the wok, some vegetable oil, and let it get hot.
Actually, back in the 19th century, when the Chinese chefs immigrated to Peru, they took with them, their favorite cooking utensil, the wok. That's how it ended up in Lomo Saltado. It has to get really hot. It
has to get hot, and when you see the oil start smoking, you're getting what the Chinese call wok hai, which means the breath of wok.
It's kind of stinky.
Now you see the smoke starts coming, and that is, as I mentioned before, the wok hai, the breath of wok. Now we discard this oil. And then we're going to add a small squish of avocado oil that has a high smoke point. Let the wok come back to temperature. And then we're going to add our beef that we seasoned before. After a couple of minutes and the meat is about ready, we are going to add some rum to this. So we get that smoky flavor from the flames. And that about does it for our meat. Let's take that out. Like that. And we are going to add a little bit more oil. And then we start with our onion. I have here 2 small red onions cut up Julienne. When the onions, they start to get a little bit of color, we want to add bell peppers. This is orange bell peppers that we have also cut Julienne. I don't think I want all of them. Let me take half of this. This is about 1 bell pepper. Now we let this fry until it's cooked but still crunchy. When our onion and pepper, they're almost done, we're going to add minced ginger, about a tablespoon, a minced clove of garlic, a couple of spring onion cut up like this. When this is almost ready, we are going to add the flesh of 2 Pomodoro tomatoes. We don't want to cook them very long because we don't want to have tomato soup. We want them to stay in the shape they have. As soon as we do that, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, a tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and 4 tablespoons of beef broth. Then we are going to add the spicy part here, which is 2 tablespoons of ají amarillo paste. And that's going to make an excellent sauce.
Obviously, if you have access to fresh ají amarillo, you use that.
Okay, we are in Europe. I cannot find fresh ají amarillo here, so. When the sauce is simmering nicely, we are going to add back our meat, including the juices from the meat, of course. Mix that around. Give that 20-30 seconds to warm up. And then we are going to add our final ingredients, which are French fries that we made just before. We're going to mix that in with the sauce. There are 2 schools here. You can serve it next to the French fries or you can mix in the French fries. Today we decided to go with the mixing. Once everything is hot, we're going to add our final ingredient, which is, let's say, a couple of pinches of cilantro. But before we do that, we kill the heat so that we don't burn the cilantro. And we add that to the top, like this. And our Lomo Saltado is ready to plate up.
That smells so good. It reminds me of my favorite Peruvian restaurant in Miami, which I've missed it a lot after the lockdowns in Europe.
True. Give it a try. Even with chuck, it's perfect. Tender.
No, the meat is excellent. The sauce is fantastic. And all these flavors and all this fusion cuisine is beyond words. Just give it a shot.
And remember, hit subscribe, give us a like, and tell us what we want to cook in the next episode.
Bye.